Nothing sadder than a town with no cheer. Oh, there you are. Where you been? Day is it? Month is it? September. Well, it's September, it must be Culture Night. On Culture Night, we would usually show films on the window of my shop. I've been doing it since 2009, when Culture Night came to Letterkenny. It's short, independent, locally made films. So what's so great about independent? Because there's no monetary gain. They're made for their love of making things. And when the local people get involved, it has a flavour, it has a Donegal flavour, it has a local flavour. They're telling their own stories. And why me? Why should I show films in my shop? Mostly because these are the filmmakers that have come to me over the years. Like I say, since the early days of Culture Night, a lot of local and very talented, highly skilled, sometimes lowly skilled people have come up with great ideas, and it adds to the entertainment factor. It adds to the life of the town. Daniel McGarrigle. First up we have Dano. Dano is a polymathematical genius. He's been a filmmaker, animator, a musician, DJ, a rapper, and this piece he's made for band Owlboy. Owlboy, Ramelton's Tangerine Dream. It's a beautiful song. It's called Zoo House.
To the drive, there was no one home. I think that when you left a big light on. It doesn't feel like I'm coming home. It doesn't feel like I'm coming home. I asked you what you thought, you gave me sage advice. Said you never can jump wherever it's wide. It feels like things have moved on, and you can't seem to do right for doing wrong. I wanna feel like coming
Next up is Charlie Doherty's video portrait of his uncle Christy Keeney. Christy's a ceramicist, brilliant painter as well. Charlie's film has a beautiful natural quality that uses soft textures, Super 8 film, and captures the voice of its subject beautifully.
My name is Christy Keeney. I'm a ceramic sculptor working in clay. Most of my pieces are fired to 1160 degrees, and my studio is based in Donegal on the northwest coast of Ireland. It's kind of like strange, like when we came here first, and basically we just looked at a field, the possibilities of what you can do just by your imagination, what you want in that space. And we built the house and it becomes part of us. We are the house and the house is us. You don't really know how much part of a place till you start to live it and it takes over. And when we go, somebody else will come and inhabit this space. Doing what I do is very disciplined. I work every day and it has to be like that because there's lots of demand on the work and I have to produce it. Working with clay is very slow. You have to be very patient. The clay dries in its own way, and so you have to be ready to be with it. If you work too quickly, the clay will fall apart because it's not dry enough. Sometimes I might start off with an idea that I was going to do an instrument, a guitar player or something, and it'll change and it just becomes like a couple. I'll maybe add another couple to another figure to it, and then it becomes a couple. So I mean, while I'm working, I don't sometimes know exactly what's going to happen. What comes through the clay, I read and I take it from there and just go with it. And I surprise myself a lot of times. I come up with stuff that I'd never thought. I think in some ways when you are working for yourself, you don't have the same sort of interactions with people that people who work in a shop or work in an office would have. You're alone a lot of the time. Well, not alone completely, Sarah is with me, but we both do our own things in our own space. And you need to get out sometimes and just sort of meet people. It was difficult to leave London and become part of here because I had become part of London and we had to sort of wrench ourselves from that environment and try and plant ourselves here and that's not easy. Over the years you realise how much part of the area, like the garden. I've planted all the trees, and I've watched the trees grow over the years, and we're kind of getting older as well, and we kind of see how everything is moving on, and our daughter Layla has moved out of the house and is going on her path in life. We just kind of carry on and move through time. At the moment I'm working on a piece called The Guitar Player, and in this piece I start off by building a structure. It's like a scaffolding around a house, and then I proceed to place the figure around the construction. In some ways I'm trying to give the impression that the figure is one with its environment, and that it becomes like an extension of that environment. You could sort of say that, you know, we leave our personalities in the rooms we inhabit. What I would do if I wasn't being creative. But I think most people are creative in their own world, you know. Sometimes people who, they get into that space, that zone where they allow themselves to drift and play. There's a lot of play involved in being creative. It's going back to being a child again and trying to get into that, the space where time doesn't exist and you just are in a zone. And to me, it's the best place you could be.
And next up, Stephen Crane, sometimes known as El Era, with his film about the anxieties of an animator during lockdown. What anxieties? You know, animators were exactly at the front line.
I've been around looked at me, and in them eyes I ever see, and I can paint a picture of sweet mercy. Well, I paint a design on the sign for you, mister. I paint a design pretty good. Well, I paint a white horse or a fire-breathing dragon. I paint a design on your wagon. Back when they had that LA big earthquake, I paint the bridge and the cable break. I pay for mercy, cry, oh heaven's sake, and I can paint a picture of your heart when it breaks. Well, I paint a design on the sign for you, mister. I paint a design pretty good, and I paint a white horse or a fire-breathing dragon. I paint a design on your wagon. The crazy mama that I used to know, she followed me wherever I go. Name I remember, but the number gone. She never had no number for very long. Well, I paint a design on the sign for you, mister. I paint a design pretty good. I paint a white horse or a fire-breathing dragon. I paint a design on your wagon.
Next up is Kieran Devlin. Kieran Devlin's a wee skitter. He makes wee skits, puts them on Facebook, really nice. He also makes lots of music videos as well, but we're going to show you one from that he's made just recently.
You've done it. You've broke him. Look at him. He's just moving around, doing things. He's not waking up. He hasn't woken up for days. I've tried everything I usually do, but nothing's working. Why?
Yes, lads. What is the crack?
Welcome to this.
He's looking a bit, it looks like he's enjoying himself anyways. What about you? You're looking a bit stressed out there, Declan.
About 6 months ago, Hamish asked me to assist him on his quest for spiritual enlightenment. Being the kind-hearted man that I am, I agreed. It was a very simple task I was assigned. He would meditate and I would distract him, get him out of his comfort zone. He would try to resist, and through this habitual process develop ultimate focus, and thus achieving enlightenment. But it's been this way for days. I've never seen it before. It's very strange. I've tried poking him, choking him, groping him. I've played an episode of The Big Bang Theory on repeat. He didn't even flinch. I'm out of ideas. Lad, I know what to do. Stay there. Play the first track. Yes! Fucking yo! Get in! Oh, Hamish with him.
Woo! I forgot, I knew, as soon as you told me, I knew to do. How you getting on now, Hamish? You're in a wee dream world there, she were. You're safe now, safe and sound. Are you getting a takeaway?
Do you want the burger?
Since the start of lockdown, a lot of people have been making these Omega Man, I Am Legend, End of the World videos about the empty streets of Letterkenny and the rest of the world. Ruth Keogh made probably one of the best of them, but we're not going to show you that one. This is COVID the Hedgehog.
Game over.
Aengus Fiel of Shaman Delhi makes electro, fuzzy, distorted soundscapes. For visuals, he live mixes found footage with distortion, etc. And it's pretty experimental stuff. So here from the People's Temple of Big Tom is Shaman Delhi. Paddy Toye. Paddy's a wanderer. He's a Donegal explorer in his own county. Have you seen his videos? Him walking up and down mountains, following streams to look for salmon spawning spots, following the railways. They're amazing. It's on YouTube. It's called Highland Paddy. Look them up. Here we're going to show a short piece of his. It's the retelling of the story by Mickey Doherty of The Fiddler and the Fairy.
There was an old fiddle player one time lived in Glenfin, and he only had the 2 tunes. But he was asked to go to a dance to Letterhillow, a town land they call Letterhillow. And on his way going, he had the fiddle with him, and he didn't care for going, he only had the 2 tunes. And as he was going along a lonely part of the road, there come a wee red-haired man out afore him. And the wee man asked him where he was going. He said he was going to a dance in Letterhillow, and he would far rather not go on account of him only having the 2 tunes, and he knowed there would be a big crowd there, and it would be hard to play them in music. So the wee man says he to him, "What kind of a fiddle," he says, "have you with ye?" So he took the fiddle out from under his coat, and he showed the fiddle to the wee man. And the wee man examined her. And he run his fingers across the strings 3 times, and he handed the fiddle back to him. "Well, go on," says he to this fiddle player, says he, "go on," he says, "and don't be cowardly," he says, "and go into the dance," he says, "the night," he says, "there'll be no other fiddle player there," he says, "lecky." So on he went, and when he come into the dance house there was a very big crowd, and he took his set to play for them, and when he drew out the fiddle, he drew the bow on her, and she was twice as loud, and there wasn't a tune of 100 tunes but he had. They all got up to dance, and they said they never heard a fiddler in this world like him. So we played on to the morning, and in fact he was able to raise the roof of the house with music. But he was the best fiddle player was supposed to be in this county, and he was a good fiddle player all his life, and lived to be very old. And when he took death, on his deathbed the fiddle was hung above him, where he was lying. And when he departed, the fiddle busted on the wall. The fiddle busted on the wall when he departed. He was the name of Hurden. He was from a town land they called Garwin Hill.
Steve McCollum. The Steve McCollum. Yeah, the Steve McCollum. The Steve McCollum complains every year about being last. He's last again.
What's the story with the internet? Does it really as good as they say? Does it tell you all the facts? Is it full of all the crack, or is it really just a bag of lies? They say the devil's tool is the weak-minded fool, and I hope to God that isn't true. 'Cause everything I've read fills me full of dread, and I don't know what the devil wants to do. I can't calm down. I can't calm down. I can't calm down anymore. I can't calm down. I can't calm down. I can't calm down anymore. Can you please make me a cup of tea? I need something to calm my nerves. Can you please roll me a rollie? I need something to stop me while I like the hair. I can't calm down. I can't calm down. I can't calm down anymore. There's too much news these days. There's too much going on. Story after story after story after story after good news, bad news, fake news, shitty news. I can't calm down. I can't calm down. I can't calm down anymore.
So, that was Culture Night 2020. Films, short independent films from Artworks. Except they weren't from Artworks this year. That's alright. It's been a bonkers year. It's still a bonkers year. Everybody should take a wee bit easy on themselves. Give yourselves a break. A few thanks to make. I'd like to thank Donegal Culture Night. So that would be Sally, Roxanne and Trillock. I want to thank all the artists and all the contributors and filmmakers. I'd like to thank Tricia and Martin from the Cottage Bar. And mostly, I'd like to thank Steve McCollum. It's been really, really helpful to me throughout doing all these projects. What? What? Can you see him? I thought he was a figment of my imagination.